Think you know who qualifies for a second stimulus check? Here's everything you should know. Just because you got a first payment doesn't necessarily mean you'll get a second stimulus check, when and if it arrives. Throughout the long negotiation journey over the contents of a bill, there have been proposals that have changed at least one qualification twice. If the final stimulus package picks one of these competing views, that could affect your family for the better. In one case, it hasn't been a rule that's changed since the first check was sent, but an interpretation of the law, which may cause the IRS to send out more payments. The rules and requirements can get dicey depending on who you are, including your dependents, the age of people in your household, whether you pay or collect or receive child support, your tax status and yearly income, among other factors. Remember that where you stand in terms of the final's qualifications will directly impact the size of your second check. The ins and outs of it all can be complex, but we'll simplify the rules as we currently understand them. For a bonus round, here's how the IRS determines your share of the stimulus payment and how Americans say they'll use the second checks. This story updates frequently. 3 separate proposals have changed the language concerning your dependents and how much money you could see in a final check if you claim them on your taxes. 2 of these earlier proposals would add $500 for each dependent, regardless of the person's age. The White House's October 9 offer seeks to largely keep the definition of a dependent restricted to children as defined in the bill, but it raises the value to $1,000, which would still net many families more money. The first stimulus check, approved in March, added $500 per each child under 17 years old. But unless your dependents fell into a different category, children 17 and older and adult dependents, like a parent, were passed over. The first proposal would benefit families with older dependents, while the second benefits younger families. For most people, taxes and stimulus checks are tightly connected. For example, the most important factor in setting income limits is adjusted gross income, or AGI, which determines how much of the $1,200 for individuals and $2,400 for married couples you could receive if you meet the other requirements. Our stimulus check calculator can show you how much money you could potentially expect from a second check, based on your most recent tax filing. Read below for your eligibility if you don't typically file taxes. Start speech, end speech.